Hey guys, Michael here with hellocupcakeitsme, and today is the Saturday check-in. It is 9/11, and to all of our men and women of the armed forces, thank you for your service. And yeah, so I'm doing the video today on my phone, kind of down and dirty style. Because I got a lot going on with my computer right now, and honestly I forgot that today was even Saturday. I've lost a day, like I said back on the Wednesday video, somewhere along the way I've lost a day or so. I don't feel like today is Saturday. Honestly, I'm feeling like today is Wednesday or Thursday, so yeah, I'm just all discombobulated. And can we talk about Steve from Blue's Clues coming out and addressing the nation and like giving us all the pep talk that we needed? I mean, he's not the hero we deserve, he's the hero we needed right now. And if some of you never watched Blue's Clues, like back in the day when it first came on, or you're too old or whatever, or you're too young to have remembered the original Blue's Clues, it was actually a pretty decent show. And the only reason that I watched it is because I helped raise my niece. So while my sister was at work, I would be at home with her, and the only channels that we allowed her to watch was Nickelodeon, Disney, and sometimes Cartoon Network. But mostly it was just Nickelodeon and Disney were the only two channels that she ever got to watch. On occasion, she would watch PBS and watch like Sesame Street and stuff like that, but most part it was Blue's Clues. And so I don't know if it was just being hyper emotional that day or whatever, but his video, good lord, I started crying. I was just like, Steve, we missed you. Where were you? Why did you leave us? So and I just love the fact that he's making the rounds right now through the media circuits, and just like watching how people have responded to him coming out with like that PSA or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, good on you, you know. And good on Nickelodeon for bringing him back to do that for the 20th or 25th anniversary of Blue's Clues. So yeah, anyways, that was kind of a haha, make you like warm and tingly for a moment there. But the last couple of days, talking about health related stuff now, the last couple of days my blood sugar has been like off the fucking hook. I don't know what's going on with it. I had a couple of times last week where it dropped all the way down to like, I think the lowest at one point was 47, and then it dropped down to like 52, and now it seems like I can't get my blood sugar below 300. All day yesterday it was between 400 and 500, and technically I probably should have gone to the hospital, but I was feeling okay outside of just being really lightheaded and kind of tired. I woke up this morning and my blood sugar was 397. So I took my pump off and I gave myself a shot of regular insulin, which is well, not regular insulin, it's this fast-acting insulin that I used to use before I went on to the pump. And so now I'm just kind of playing tag with it, and I'm really kind of tired. I'm tired, but I'm energized, and it makes no sense whatsoever. But if any of you are diabetic, you could probably understand that, like, long, drawn-out, sugar-tired, but still having motivation to do all the things. That's where I'm at right now. And, yeah, so last night I went and I hung out with my friend Pam, and it was kind of like an impromptu, spur-of-the-moment type of situation. She called me up and she's like, dude, I just need to get the hell out of the house. You want to ride with? I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. So we went she wanted ice cream, and she also wanted to like get something for dinner, and she's like, we're doing it back asswards. I want the ice cream now. I'm an adult, damn it. I can have my dessert first, and if I only want dessert, I can have just dessert. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go get ice cream. Did not help the blood sugar. I premise that now. I understand, but I just dialed in some more insulin. And so we went to Dairy Queen, and she got some cheesecake blizzard hoopla-doo, and I got a chocolate dip cone. And then we went to Wings Wild Stop, or just Wingstop, something like that. I don't know. And she got food. I had a couple of pieces of her chicken and some of her fries that she got, but for the most part, I really didn't eat. And she got this. Okay, the way that she said the flavors of the wings that she got was mango, habanero, and Parmesan. I was like, oh, okay, interesting combination. No, it was mango, habanero, Parmesan. Or mango, habanero, and Parmesan. So, like, she put that pause in between mango and habanero, making it sound like it was 3 different types of chicken instead of just 2 different types of chicken. Lord have mercy. I bit into that, and I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. I like this mango flavor. Oh my god! like, you bitch! What the hell is your problem? Why did you do this to me? And she's like, what? I told you it was mango habanero. I'm like, no, you paused. Like, it was 2 different flavors. Mango, then habanero, and then, like, no, you... And then she bit into it. She's like, oh fuck, I'm sorry. I'm like, well... It's okay now that my throat's on fire and my tongue feels like it has been abused. But, okay. She's like, I can't do those anymore. And I'm like, well, I'll power through it and I'll eat those. And then you have your Parmesan. She's like, I am so sorry. I'm never going to do that again. I'm like, it's okay if you tell somebody what's going on. But just to jump straight into, like, mango habanero, not knowing that it's mango habanero, my taste buds were all set up for mango, not the habanero. So we had a giggle about that, and I just like kept side-eyeing her the whole night, like, oh, how dare you. And after that, we went to Dollar Tree and did a little shopping there. And then next door to it, the Spirit Halloween store was open. And I was like, fuck yes. It's the first time that they've ever had a Spirit Halloween store by my house. And so I went in there and I was looking for 3 particular things. And I only found 1 of the items. I'm like, But apparently today, the grand opening of the one that's a little bit further away that I normally go to is open. So I'm like, yay! I may try to talk her into going back out there with me today, or may just take a trip on my own. I don't know. Depends on how the day goes. Outside of all of that, though, my sister called me with a little bit of worrying news, saying that she may not have a job to go back to come Monday because of the new presidential mandate that just came down. And I'm like, fuck. Seriously, sis? Like, she was doing so good. She had all of her bills paid off. She's making a payment on a car. First time she's ever, like, just went to a car lot and got a car. Like, just had things going for her. And now she may not have a fucking job to go to come Monday. So, that's had me really stressed out, which could be part of what's going on with my blood sugar and stuff. But, I don't know. I do know, though, tomorrow, her and I are going to be getting together, and we're gonna go get our hair done. I'm just getting a trim, like some of this trimmed up, and like my long ass ponytail, I'm gonna get that trimmed up, and maybe have my bangs done a little bit. I'm not sure. I had toyed with the idea of like completely chopping it and going back to short hair, since the last time I had short hair was 2004-ish. So yeah, it's been like 16, 17 years since my hair's been really short. And no one up here has ever seen me with short hair. At the same time that I want short hair, I don't like the way that I look with short hair. I'm one of those chubby dudes that I either look like I play Dungeons and Dragons or I look like Guy Fieri. Like, there's no in between. And when I lived in California, I had the whole bleach blonde Guy Fieri thing going on for me. That kind of fit the norm out there. But here, people have never seen me with bleach blonde hair. So, actually, I think I bleached my hair one time when I moved up here. Like, first moved up here. And that's before I have the friends that I have now. This is the first time in, like, since I was a teenager, though, that I've allowed my hair to be its natural color. And now you can see all the gray coming in. And I got gray coming in down here on my goatee. And have gray in my eyebrows. And I'm just like, oh, I'm old, folks. I'm old. But, yeah, so, tomorrow's going to be brother-sister day, just us hanging out and having some fun. And even though we got together and hung out on Thursday, and her and her boyfriend went and took me grocery shopping, and we just spent the whole day together, all three of us. It was really nice, but I'm feeling I need sister time right now, so hopefully it's just the two of us tomorrow. But if he tags along, then cool. If he doesn't, cool. This is the first time, like the first dude she's ever been with that I've really liked. So it's like, whatever. I even call him family. And if you know anything about her past relationships and the way that I felt about some of her boyfriends, I guess we can call them, I've never have liked any of them. There was one that I really kind of liked, but it was more of that, I'm gonna tolerate you because you serve my needs. He had PlayStations and all that other stuff, and I was probably, well, I was still in high school, so yeah, I could come over to her house, he would let me play his PlayStation. Cool. That was that. So, but anyways, I am going to go ahead and hop off of here and upload this and start my day. So I hope you all have a great holiday weekend. I'm going to end this video with my own story of where I was on 9/11. I was in college, and I had just come out of my world religion class, and I felt something in the air, but I wasn't sure what it was. People were like talking in whispers and rushing around, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on? And so as I came out of the building that that my class was in, I was walking across the courtyard into the student center and was going to go meet up with my friends at the cafeteria. And as I come into the student, the ASB area, there were TVs lined up all over the place and people standing around crying and talking and just like a buzz going on. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I sat there and I watched the television for a second, and they were showing the North Tower exploding and the plane falling from that and whatever else. And then I watched live as the second tower got hit, and just the like sheer devastation of like, what the hell is going on? Is this actually happening? Where's this happening at? Like, at first it didn't even like click that it was the Twin Towers and that it was in New York. I was just like, what the heck's going on? I think like most everyone else who watched it during that time period, you might have thought that it might have been a movie or something like that, but we never had media carts out in the student body area. And at the time, I was a senator on the student body there at the college, so I knew that we never had anything like that going on, and I was like, just in shock and dismay. And so I pulled out my phone and I called my family. I called my parents first, and I was like, hey, you guys okay? And they're like, yeah, why wouldn't we be? I'm like, because of the attack in New York? And they're like, no, we're fine. That's in New York. We're in California. I'm like, oh, I know. I'm just calling to check up on you guys and see if, whatever. And so after I hung up the phone with them, I then called my sister and talked to her for a few minutes because she was in the service, and just chit-chatted with her for a second or two. And then I called my grandmother and, checked in with her, and I'm like, hey, Grandma, how are you? Is everything okay? And she was just crying on the phone. She's like, oh my gosh, honey, this is so tragic, and I'm just praying for all of those poor people and watching them jump out of the building and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm heartbroken, and I hope that Jesus holds them and takes care of them and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, Grandma, I know, it's pretty scary. And she asked how I was doing and if I would pray with her, and of course I prayed with her, even though I'm not Christian, and I'm not like that religious when it comes to that. I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. But I always prayed with my grandma. If she asked me to pray, I prayed with her. And so we prayed together over the phone, and then I went and I met up with my friends, and it was kind of a somber day. And the whole rest of that week, I think the school called off and told us that we didn't have to come in if we didn't want to, but most of us still showed up. And yeah, so it was really sombering. And I just remember the spirit of camaraderie and love for our neighbors, and like us all wanting to come together as one. And that like post 9/11 sense of fellowship was fucking amazing. And I think it was the first time since like maybe World War II, or like when we got Pearl Harbor, whatever, that we actually came together as a nation and put aside the me versus you versus them versus whatever, and just like genuinely checked in on each other, like, hey, how you doing, bro? Good. How you doing, sis? Good. Okay. Stay strong. And to see us come together in a time where our nation had been attacked, and then slowly reverting back to the whole, hey, fuck you, buddy, of it all, to what we are at now with the fucking COVID vaccine stuff, and the whole me versus them, and, screw you, you don't know what you're talking about, you're unpatriotic, blah, blah, you're selfish, this, that, and the other thing. I'm just like, guys, right now, this right here is the time to come together. Doesn't matter. Do what is right for you, not what is right for everyone else. Do what is right for you. So, I'm going to close on that. You know, take some time to reflect on everything today. Reach out to those people you haven't talked to in a while. Call your parents, call your grandparents if they're still around. Just be thankful for the people who are still in your life, and make those reconnections if there's been people that you have lost contact with. Now, if they're toxic, you know, let them stay out of your life. But if they were a friend in high school, or just a friend you haven't talked to in a long time, and you guys kind of just dissipated on a good term, reach out to them, see how they are. Yeah, so until next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later.